circle tape, and there should be a border of tape. We're going to leave that on. We're going to put that face up. Okay, so step number one, guys, I want you to find the yellow crayon. There's stuff we could do once we get to this point afterwards, but it's on there. We're trying to do a sunrise. So you got your packages here, guys. We're going to open them up. You're going to notice you have a cardboard piece of paper with tape on it. There should be a circle tape, and there should be a border of tape. We're going to leave that on. We're going to put that face up. That's the side we're going to be drawing on. You're going to open your crayon box. I'm just going to let these all loose here for myself. I'm going to be passing this around. Okay, so step number one, guys, I want you to find the yellow crayon first. Also, if you guys have a black marker, or a black pencil crayon or a pencil, that's always helpful too. But I'm gonna draw just a line right under the circle, very light, just to kind of give me a horizon line, because that is gonna act as our sun later on. Okay, so you got your yellow, and you're gonna start at that line we just drew at the horizon, and we're gonna, can that video see it? All the videos are good? Okay, we're gonna run around that circle. Now, if you draw on that tape, it's okay. That's an okay thing. So go all the way around the circle with the yellow.
If you hold it up to the camera, like this one.
Make it nice and deep. Work it in. You're also gonna notice you have toilet paper in your bag.
Yeah.
That's not for accidents. Please hold on to that. There's a purpose for that being in there. It's gonna have to do with some of the art. So yeah, make just a nice thin line, guys. Just like so. If you guys can see that, I hope. So outlining it with a yellow line. Okay, there's quite a few oranges in our bag. We're going to take the lightest orange we have available. It says yellow orange on the side. So there's going to be an orange and a yellow orange. It says it right there on the side. A yellow orange we're going to go with. So we're going to grab the yellow orange. Okay. And we are going to work that around the yellow now. We're just going to trace it around the yellow in another circle pattern. But this time, do not go below that horizon line. So you're going to, here, before you start, I'm going to show you very quickly how far you should be going. So you'll see this line here. You're going to start at the horizon and you're going to come around. And just leave this part empty. So nothing below that line coloring in. Oh, sorry. Nothing. Sorry. Yeah, so nothing below this line. You can start at the line and we're going to follow that circle, okay? So just work that orange in. Just a nice little layer. Don't make it too thick. You can work it on the yellow a little bit. Like if you get a little on the yellow a little bit, that's a good thing. That works. Okay, once you get it to that point, we're going to move to our orange. So just a regular orange color. And we're going to follow that same pattern. We're going to start at that line. And we're just going to put a nice tracer on that last line. Don't make it too thick. Just something like this, where it's not too thick. That was our yellow orange. Okay, then we're gonna move on to the next color, which is a red orange. So on the side of that marker that looks orange, it's gonna say red orange. It's obviously a darker orange. Okay, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna follow that line one more time. So slightly touching the last line you just made, you go around it, giving it an edge or a border. Okay, so just follow that along. Any questions, any difficulties? Just raise your hand and Steven's looking out to answer them for you or pass on the question to me. Okay, so that takes care of all our oranges, I believe, right? Oh no, there's a scarlet. Okay, and then you'll have one more. It's going to be called Scarlet, I think. And we're gonna follow one more time with that scarlet. Nice and thinly. So scarlet. And then you should have, oh, that's the wrong red. One called Just Red. Now we're on to the Just the Red. Follow one more time with that red around it. It's gonna get a little deeper here. So if you guys, we're kind of following the color spectrum, if you guys are familiar with that, where it's kind of fading out from a yellow to orange, red. You guys know it comes after red? Oh, sorry, we're gonna go with violet red. Now violet is starting to go what color? Purple, pinkish, right? So we're gonna get the violet red. Or did I just do violet red? No, I didn't. Okay, and that violet red's gonna go in one more time around, nice and thinly around it. Okay, just work it in there, even if it's on the red a little bit, try to fit it in. Then we're gonna go with a pink. And we're gonna add a layer of pink right after that one. Adding a layer of pink after the red. Again, we're trying to follow the color spectrum. So, as you guys know, a sunset kind of gives off what color of light? Does anybody know? Does anybody have an answer? Oh, sorry guys, Chantil, raise your hand if you have an answer for me. What color light does the sun give off? It's kind of a tricky question, actually. Maybe trickier than you think. So? Okay, what color, Derek? Can you unmute him?
Derek, can you unmute yourself?
Oh, unmute yourself, Derek, and you let us know. It's a black? Yeah. The sun gives off black light? That means your white shirts and your neon clothes would constantly glow outside. Okay, good guess though, Derek. We're gonna move on to Ali. Ultraviolet light, that's correct. That would contain what colors? What colors are we doing here? All the colors. It's like rainbow in actuality. And they also call it blue light, I think, right? A blue light? Is it?
I don't know.
Something like that. Okay, so we're moving on to our next one, which is our violet. Just our straight violet purple. And we're gonna add one more little layer there. Make this one thin and touching the pink. All right, after that one, you're gonna find your blue violet. And you're gonna add the blue violet around that. And notice it's getting darker there. I don't wanna make that one a little thicker. So our blue violet. We're coming down to our last couple colors. Blue violet in. Okay. Now I want you to find the darkest blue you have. I'm going to give you the name of it right away. Let's find out right now. Looks like it's... That's it. Okay, so it's called Bluetiful. So find your crayon that's called Bluetiful. And we're gonna add one layer of that nice and thinly around that purple. Bluetiful.
Wow, what a beautiful color.
That is a nice color, actually. I'm actually kind of digging it. It's nice that we got lots of blues in this because we're gonna have to add a little blue down low, and we don't want the same blue up as top as we do on the bottom. So you make that Bluetiful on the corners. Okay, guys. And then the last step, we're gonna find our black crayon. And we're gonna just go along our corners here, following the border of our corners. filling it out. Yeah, so if you're drawing on the tape, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Get it right to the edge of the tape, get it on there really nice. And remember, don't go past that line at the bottom. Fill in those corners with black. So now we're looking at something like this, or you should be seeing something like that at this point. Oh, sorry, here you go. Felix. Okay, again, so if you have your pencil, if you don't have a pencil, you can eyeball this. You're gonna come to the edge of that orange wherever you started at that bottom, and you're gonna kind of just get it to this corner and make a slight line, just to kind of give yourself a guide if you need it. Sometimes you don't need a guide, but it's always nice. I don't know if you guys can see, but I made some lines that kind of angle. Very much like you see the sunset through there, how it gets wider as it gets closer. That perspective kind of looking down, and the road gets more narrow as you look down the road kind of effect. Okay. Anybody need a little time to catch up to this part, or any questions? Please raise your hand. I'll happily answer. Otherwise, we're going to go on to our next step. All right. Okay, we're going to find our white crayon next. Our white. Everybody has their white?
No.
Okay, so now you made inside those lines, I want you to fill it up with white as best you can. You won't be able to see it, but trust me, it's going to be there and it's going to make an effect. So just fill it with white through that area. Get it nice and white. So you shouldn't be able to see it, but trust me, it's there, and when you add your blue to it, it's going to make a difference. Now you got multiple blues. This I'll let you get a little creative with. I'm going to start with the lightest blue I have, which I believe will be called, well, there's a blue-green. Let's see what that looks like, actually. That's perfect. So I got a blue-green, so that's a really nice watercolor. We're going to start kind of at the sunset and across, and we're just going to, just lines across, very, very subtly across it. Just nice and light. So we're going to fill that in nice and light. And you're going to look at your other blues here. And you are going to grab, where is it? It's the normal blue. So let's go for our normal blue, our regular blue. Yes, regular blue. And you're going to go along those lines now with that blue to the edge. So you're going to start at the line and kind of come off it, just filling that triangle portion. And again, right through there. You can kind of bring it through here if you want a little darker. Okay, you're going to put that blue down. The next one you're going to grab is, make sure this is the real one. Yes, that's the one. So it's, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a Crayon blue, and we're gonna again fill in those sides nice and light, adding that second blue on those corners. We're not doing beautiful. We want indigo this time. So you got one that's called indigo now. And this will be our final blue we're going to add. We're going to start up in the corner here, and we're going to make it nice and kind of darken through here. So just along the seam, we're going to add this. Ooh, it's a little bit purple, but it's okay. We might have to just go with our blue. There you go, guys. So on the corners, you can add a little more blue. So you should be looking something like that. I'll give you some time. It looks like you guys are going hard at it, so I'll let you catch up. Is YouTube good there? So something like that. Let you look. All right, so I can see you guys are still going at it. So I'm gonna give you guys just a moment to keep going. I'm gonna just kind of freshen up mine too around the borders, make sure it's the way I want it. Because next step is gonna be a kind of a funner step. I think it's a fun step at least. We get to see how it actually turned out right away. Okay, I hope your crayons are nice and thick on there.
Yeah.
Everybody's good? Okay,
Yes.
we're gonna get our toilet paper at this point now. You're gonna fold it in half. You're gonna start at the circle. So you're gonna rub off the crayon with quite a bit of pressure. So it's gonna take some hand pressure, and you're gonna rub off all the excess crayon and try to blur it from the inside out to the black. Okay, the best you can. So I'm gonna start out here. I'm just gonna rub it all the way around, back and forth, blending those colors. Ooh, I touched the water. Try not to touch the water. It can mess everything up. Yeah, just rub it out. Oh, it's smucking a bit. Okay. Okay, you're gonna get a clean side and do the water. And go across with the water. Try to keep it in this pattern. Oh, might have put a little too much glue on mine. Uh-oh. Okay, so now you've smudged it, right? Your tape is still on though.
Yeah.
Okay, so on this next part, this is now an optional step. If you guys have a pencil or a black pencil crayon, you can add some art to it if you'd like. If you want to add little islands or something, it will not work with pen very good. It will not work with black marker very good. Black pencil crayon works the best, or a really dark HB pencil would work the best. But a normal pencil also works. It's just going to be a little gray rather than black. So say I want to add like some mountain peaks in the back here, or just some back scenery. You can color that in with this pencil very easily after you've rubbed it off. I'm going to bring that island out a little bit. Okay. I'll add some more. Oh. Obviously, I'm putting a little too much pressure. You could add a lighthouse. Just get creative. You can draw whatever you want. As you can see in like, I did one here. I kind of drew a lapis. This is done with pencil, this one. So I drew a tree, I drew a beach. So you guys can get creative with that too. And whatever you'd like to draw in there, you can. So you're gonna make some land here then. I'm gonna draw it in. could draw a person on the beach then, if you want. Maybe that's what I'll do, or an animal, a seagull. Yeah, you can add some seagulls if you want. Guess you could do that in the sky here. Make little V's. So add them in the side. Maybe I'll make a boat on the water. What should I do? A little sailboat maybe? Okay, let's try to draw a little sailboat in the water. Make a little flag here. Little mast. Just have fun with it, guys. That's what art's about. Just practicing and trying new things. You make a mistake, you now know how to do better next time, right? I drew a little sailboat there. Maybe a shark coming out at him. How about that? Ah, shark come in. Let's have fun with it, like I said. Put it in. Okay, so I drew a little, just some stuff. Maybe I can even add a little tree or something on the side for fun. You can add a dog, a cat on the beach if you want, black it out. Okay, so that's all the time we'll spend on that. You can add on to that later if you need. Now it comes to the tape removal. You're gonna notice the tape is gonna layer one way. You're gonna go against that layer. So whatever top, you're gonna start on the other side. I think I put most of them, I tried to put on the top. So you're gonna start from the top and slowly peel away the tape. Now, if you're not careful, the tape is strong enough to catch the paper and tear it. So you're gonna have to just rip it away, pull it away slow and gently.
Pull it towards the outside.
Just slowly work off the tape. Okay, so I remove the sun. You can start removing the borders on the outside. Nice and slow.
This one.
Oh, I got a little bit of a mistake. So I know nobody's gone on trips, but since these look like postcards, feel free to write something nice on it and act like you've went on a trip and give it to a family member. Since we can't go on trips now for real, we might as well use our imagination and pretend in our heads. Okay, so you got your little picture. Okay, you're gonna take your yellow one more time now. Once you got that tape off of the sun. And you're gonna make a little bit of a C shape in the sun with your yellow. Nice and lightly.
No.
Sort of make like a moon-like shape. So it's almost like a moon-looking type shape. And you're gonna grab your toilet paper one more time. Find a clean spot on it. And you're gonna rub that in as well, just into the sun. So your sun has a nice yellow glow like that. Yeah, there's many ways to do this, but like you guys have these crayons at home, so if you want to do some self projects, try doing the same thing we did today with the blending of colors, where it goes from gradually from one color to the next, because all the colors do have a spectrum range. You can look at a rainbow and kind of see it if you bring up the colors of a rainbow, how it gradually changes from one color to the next, and how they're very related. They transition into the next color. Yeah. So. Okay, does anybody know, can anybody answer the question of how did sailors get across the sea before modern times and technology, like GPS? What did they use to get across the sea? What instruments? Anybody know? Oh, Allison has an answer. John Teal, can you unmute Ali? Or hello, you two? Oh, you got it. The stars? Yeah, that's correct. They used the stars and they had instruments that helped read the stars and help them get to where they need to go. They used a few other things as well. But that's right, Ali. They used the